Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And today we have an amusing tale to read on, and this is Harry outing himself as a direct source of Parkle related gossip to People magazine. And this is based on an article that came out almost immediately after the Princess of Wales released her video celebrating her being cancer free and finishing her chemo. And there was an article in People magazine which was claiming that it was about Harry and his 40th birthday, which is coming up this weekend. And it was talking about the best birthday gift that he's ever received, and that was his children. And it went on to say, I enjoy watching them grow every single day, which does kind of beg the question if they really are the flowers in the attic that people talk about or joke about. And it carries on, and I love being their dad. And he goes on to say that he's now focused on enjoying life after years of self-reflection. But the fun part about this was that the story in People first of all said in an exclusive email to People, Harry says, and it was hastily changed when this was noticed. It was picked up around on social media. Richard Eden noticed it, Dan Wootton noticed it, Piers Morgan noticed it, and it suddenly changed from in an exclusive email to People, Harry says, to Harry tells People magazine via his spokesman. So still, Harry is the direct source, but not sitting with his laptop and writing emails to his contact at People magazine. It looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad for somebody who has complained relentlessly about the palace briefing against him, leaking and planting stories against him and Meghan, blaming William, blaming Kensington Palace, blaming the King, blaming the Queen. He's accused all of them of doing this, and lo and behold, this little ginger whinger is an actual leaker of stories, planter of stories in People magazine, an American tabloid. And this is the person who is suing the British tabloids for media intrusion. You can't make this up. And of course, People are having tremendous fun with this story, as I am here today with tarot. And the tarot that I have on the table for this one is the Lunar Soul Tarot, because it's quite a woke tarot deck, and it expresses Harry's energy quite well in that sense of somebody who spouts all this guff but actually doesn't believe it and doesn't practice it. There he is, Knight of Wands. He's shown up already. I'm going to do a Celtic cross, and I'm going to look at this because what interests me is, did he actually write it, or was it Madame? And what was the mood at Montecito when they realised the gaffe and had to rush about and fix it? And of course, was this email sent out to overshadow the Princess of Wales because it's all about children, and suddenly Harry and Meghan are all about children. Meghan's got to dash off to make dinner for the children. Harry is the biggest gift in his life. It's the children we never see, and he watches them grow every day. Does he water them? Does he give compost? What does he do? I don't know. It's a mystery. And then we're going to ask if he has any sense of his own hypocrisy. And what pressure is he under from people like Piers and Dan Wootton and Richard Eden, who've all leapt on this and had a good old laugh at Harry's expense. And finally, what I want to know in this Celtic cross is this going to impact his court cases in the UK? Because Richard Eden's already pointed out that those 5 friends who went to People that Meghan knew nothing about with the letter with Daddy. I just have to climb on the floor, excuse me. Card went flying. It was the Sun, interestingly. There's Meghan. Interesting, it gives a bit of a different perspective on that story, doesn't it? A lot of people speculated at the time. The 5 friends, their identities were never revealed. The 5 friends might have been Rachel with her Hotmail account. It does give rather credence to that speculation, that rumour, that theory. So this might have some ramifications for the has-been in his court case. We'll see. Celtic Cross coming up. And of course it's tarot. And it's tarot for fun and entertainment. And it is all speculation. And it's all my opinion. And I just read energy here. And there is a disclaimer in the box below. Particularly as we are talking about court cases. And, oops. Please read it. And form your own opinions about Harry, who has now been exposed as the source of People magazine stories about himself. Very amusing. It just amazes me that he's capable of writing these stories. So we're going to check that in this reading and see whether he did manage to shoot off that email himself, or whether he had some help. We've got the 9 of Discs, which is independence. There I am, wondering whether he's capable of doing this. I've got freedom, a break for freedom. They're big on their freedom. They found their freedom. They were on the freedom flight. Perhaps he's found his freedom, because it is a card of liberation and independence. The 9 of Discs or Pentacles. Is he the one who has taken it upon himself to do his own PR now without the assistance of Madame? He did lose Josh Kettler recently, who was his chief of staff. But probably poor old Josh Kettler, in between mowing the lawn and cleaning the pool and doing the grocery shopping like the Royal Police Protection Officers did in Canada, allegedly. Perhaps he also had to fire off emails to People magazine. Who knows? But there's this little independence. Yeah, I can do it myself. Don't need you. Don't need a PR person. Don't need you, Megs. Just me. I can do it. Situation right now. Oh, we've got the Lovers. Okay, that's them. And we're going to cover that card up because YouTube doesn't approve of nudity, unfortunately. So we'll just bury it in there. That's the pair of them. And these two are in it together as far as PR, media, brand, spite, trying to overshadow the royal family. They are in it together. It's coming through quite clearly in the energy, in my opinion, allegedly, that they are complicit when it comes to the manipulation of the media, and that is my opinion, that they manipulate the media. They're very careful who they brief. They're very careful who they allow on their tours, who they allow to take photos of them, and possibly even Photoshop. I saw it in the reading I did when they were reacting to the video that the Princess of Wales put out, and I saw that they were in it together. Their responses were side by side. And yes, I know that there's this theory that Harry burst into tears. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I think they were both equally aggrieved at this and both equally intent on trying to clap back, because I think they're both equally motivated by begrudgment, resentment, sour grapes. That's my personal opinion. So that's why, in my opinion, we have the Lovers at the heart of this. It's them together. What is the problem right now? The Queen of Swords in reverse. That's the Queen of the clapback. The Queen of Swords is somebody who perhaps isn't that wise. Somebody who messed up. Because upright, she's very intelligent, she's very strategic, she's very far-sighted, a deep thinker, a strategizer, a planner, somebody who can operate in quite a cool and calm and collected way. And I think that this whole scenario unfolded because it's coming through as female energy, I think, because Meghan was so angry at the Princess of Wales's video, and the fact that William and Catherine are so clearly a couple that's very close, very in sync, very united, unlike the theories that have been put out over the past 6-9 months. So I think that her temper, her desire to clap back, got the better of her. So that's interesting. That perhaps it wasn't has been at the typewriter, not the typewriter, where did that come from? At the laptop after all. Let's see the mood, what was going on behind the scenes when they realized the gaffe. What happened? Was there fighting, or was there a panic, or what was there? Oh, there was big shouting. Temperance card in reverse. I shouldn't laugh, but yes, there was high drama. Temperance card is about keeping your temper, being patient and understanding and balanced. And this they were bouncing off the walls. Possibly Megan was bouncing off the walls only, and not the has-been. Maybe had to run outside and hide in the chicken coop. But that was an extremely volatile reaction. Lots, in my opinion, of shouting, screaming, sobbing, and losing it with that card. So what was the intention with this email to People magazine saying the biggest gift has been his children, and he loves watching them grow every single day, and he loves being their dad, and he's now, after years of self-reflection, he's focused on enjoying his life. Do you think he wrote that? I don't know. Doubts. But what was the purpose of it? What was the goal with it? There's a 4 of discs, but it's in reverse, and that's maintaining status and control, feeling that they have lost control of a situation. They didn't expect this video to suddenly appear, released by Kensington Palace. They had no idea that this was coming. This was a surprise, a rude surprise, and this was trying to scramble to get back on top of the press, get the narrative back, get the attention back that was taken from them, because they see everything in terms of win and lose and competition, unfortunately. That's my opinion again. And so 4 of discs in reverse, it's a scramble, because they've lost control, they've lost status, they've lost attention, a feeling anxious and vulnerable, that perhaps the momentum has swung away from them. They thought they were on top of the world. Surprising to me with that kind of energy, because really, objectively, if you look at them, you can't think that you can't believe that they can be so sanguine about their situation, but apparently they are. And it was only this video that caused panic stations with that 4 of discs in reverse. Who wrote this thing? We're going back into the past now. I've got her energy that's shown up quite vividly in this reading. But who wrote it? Can we get a clue? I've got the 2 of Swords, and it's in reverse. And this is somebody who thought long and hard about it and hesitated and didn't know whether they should do it. And then they did, and it was a mistake. I tend to think it was Harry. But 2s are partnerships. So perhaps it came from Harry's email account rather than Rachel's Hotmail account, allegedly. I think it might have come from Harry directly, as People magazine said. But I kind of get the idea that they're actually in cahoots over this. And I get that idea, even though I've got this independence card here. And I'm going to come back to it in a second. This Lovers card tells me that they're in it together. They're in it together. They made a mistake. They didn't know what to do. 2 of Swords is indecision. How do we react to this? Oh, I know what. Let's send this email to People magazine and make up guff about how children, blah, blah, greatest gift, watching them grow, blah, blah. Mistake. Big mistake. Then fighting, then a freak out. And she in particular was, I think, the motivator of this. Coming back to this 9 of discs, which I thought maybe indicated Harry's break for freedom and I can do it myself, don't need you, Megs. I'm almost getting that this is Catherine's energy. That her influence on the situation is so strong with this 9 of discs. This somebody who's relishing her own power, her own resilience, her own independence. She was shown driving her Land Rover or whatever it was, in control. Very in control of her body, in control of her world, in control of the way she's presented to the media. That's Catherine. So she's what provoked this. the ants scurrying around. It's like she kicked over the ants' nest and they're all rushing about now. What are they going to do next? Because this was a great gaffe. Make no mistake. What are they going to do? How are they going to handle their PR next? And we've got the Two of Pentacles. They're going to try their very best to kind of calm the situation down with that Two of Discs and try and make amends, because it's about balancing, finding balance after being destabilized. And this Two of Swords is a destabilized energy. This Four of Discs in reverse is a destabilized energy as well. They had a bit of a wobble when this video came out, that's for sure. They had a wobble and they overreacted. The urge to clap back there was overwhelming. And so I think they're going to try and play nice and see. We're quite sane. We're quite normal. It's very butterflies and things in this, the yin and the yang and all of that. We're fine. We can even laugh at ourselves. We might get something like that. A wry little something to try and smooth it over and get themselves back on an even keel. It's small energy. It's not a massive thing that they're going to do, but I do get that sense that there might be an attempt to make light of this, and oops, maybe they'll fire someone on their staff and blame someone else to try and make themselves look good. Do they have any, and I'm talking about they now because they're in it together, as far as I can tell, this is them jointly, with that Lovers card at the heart of this thing. Do they have any sense of their own hypocrisy in this? That they spend all day, in my opinion, leaking stories to whoever will print them, while at the same time suing the British media, the tabloids in the UK. Any sense of hypocrisy about this? I've got the Eight of Discs, and it's in reverse. It's the old grifter card again. Upright, it's mastery, it's working hard, it's diligence, it's effort, put it in, being productive and hardworking. In reverse, it's just lazy, entitled, not able to really do anything productive to earn money. So I don't see that they're capable of having that kind of thought. I think they're too lazy, too entitled. It's a lazy, entitled card. Grifters. We call it, call a spade with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I don't think so. I think that they're entirely focused on low-hanging fruit. What's easy, what takes little effort, what takes little money, that they don't really have to bother about developing skills or strategies or long-term staying power. We've seen that with her and her various attempts to monetize herself. So no, I don't think hypocrisy is something that they're capable of feeling or recognizing. Pressure. External pressure from the Piers Morgans and Dan Wittens and Richard Edens of the world, never mind everybody on social media having a good laugh at Harry's expense. Pressure, I've got the Ace of Discs. It might force them to come up with a new strategy, a new media strategy, or they might feel pressed to come up with some kind of new strategy with that Ace of Pentacles. I've already got the two of Discs, Two of Pentacles there, but they're going to try and smooth this out and somehow convince everybody that they're not complete lunatics. They're feeling the pressure to come up with something solid, something better than these puff pieces. She was out merching. We're going to look at that in the next reading at that bookstore. So there's been some merching, a very low grade in the car park again. She's back there. That ridiculous tour didn't do much in Colombia. Nothing's really landing. Nothing's doing very well. They need something big. They need something big that will shut those people up, will shut people like me up, shut people like Piers and all the rest of them up. Ace of Discs. They need a big payday. They need a big story that's going to shut everyone up because it's so wow, it's so impressive, it's so amazing. But of course, we've got the 8 of discs there in the reverse, the grifter card sitting beneath it. Hopes and fears for these two. And we got the King of Wands in reverse. They're worried about how this is going to look with the King of Wands, because the King of Wands is very dynamic, very creative, very inspiring. He's how Harry wants to be perceived, as somebody who's a colossus in the world, but somebody who leads through energizing and through fun and creativity and play and sport and all of those things. He's not a stuffy old royal. That would be the King of Wands upright, but the King of Wands is now in reverse. He looks ridiculous. He looks difficult because wands in reverse are difficult. They are volatile. They can get quite angry, full of drama in the sense of shouting and throwing things and that kind of thing. So it makes him look bad. It doesn't make her look bad because she already does look bad, I would say. That's my personal opinion. But it's going to make Harry look bad. He's worried it's going to make him look like an idiot. And particularly because of the color of this King of Wands, and wands represent hot climates. So I think he's worried that it's going to make him look like an idiot when it comes to things like this proposed tour of Lesotho and Botswana in the next few months. That people are going to be looking askance and saying, well, are you writing the puff pieces that we're seeing in People magazine? And yes, he is, or they are. So it's exposed. And it looks ridiculous. It looks very cheap. He's a royal prince, and he's writing emails to People magazine telling them about his birthday. It's pitiful. And that King of Wands in reverse is pitiful. It's the first time that kind of pitiful energy has come through. We've got plenty of anger here with this Queen of Swords and the Temperance card in reverse. We've got kind of desperate measures here with the 2 of Swords in reverse and the 4 of Discs in reverse. A panic. We're losing momentum. We've lost opportunity. We're losing control of the story. We need to rush out and do something to fix it. Big mistake. Is it going to affect Harry and his court cases in the UK? Is it going to reflect badly on him in the real world where it counts, where it hurts in terms of costs and damages and stuff like that? Or is it just going to disappear? No one cares. What's going to happen? I've got the 5 of Cups in reverse. This is a card of regret. And it could linger, this energy. It's in reverse. Because it's in the outcome position and because of what's going on before, I'm inclined to read that reversed energy as ongoing, lingering energy that could be really intense, that they could really live to regret this. Because now we have proof, we have evidence. It was screenshot, or was it shotted, all over the place. It was commented on all over the place. It's in the record. It's in our collective memory. It's documented that Harry emailed People magazine. Yes, my sense of this is that they were in it together, and she probably dictated it and he typed it with word spell on, and I'm sure, and a lot of grammar checking. But regret. They are going to think, why did we do this? Shouldn't have done it. It looks bad. And it could open, it looks very bad, and it could open doors to all kinds of speculation and accusations and ponderings about other stories that have appeared, and possibilities of them overturning stories that aren't true. If they've got such direct contacts with the US media, why don't they silence some of the lies and the nasty things that have been said about members of both of their families? If they've got this direct access, if they're so happy to send off these ridiculous puff pieces about watching them children grow every day, why can't they actually correct some of the lies that they have both put out there? That's my thoughts anyway. It's my opinion, and that's the reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.